when people come to me with illness, I sit with them, understand what actually is happening in their life, and most of the times, and very young people who should be at the best of their health, they are not so. Why? And more so these non-communicable diseases. See, communicable diseases are like COVID, cold, tuberculosis, all these are because of bacteria, viruses, which invade our system. That is when our defense mechanism, the immune system is low, then we catch the disease. If the immune system is good, body is able to fight, right? But non-communicable diseases, by youngsters, they are landing up with 27, 28 and all that, that's when they are at the prime health. But they are coming with high blood pressure, diabetes, okay? And even some people have come with cancer and all lifestyle hormonal problems, all these kind of health related issues which are non-communicable diseases which are related to their lifestyle. So I sit with them and ask what is their lifestyle. So when I mean lifestyle, it is mainly around nutrition, then physical activity. This is a daily thing. It's a 24-hour cycle. If you take in 24 hours, what is happening in their life with regards to their nutrition, with regards to their physical activity and their sleep, and how happy they are, their state of mental health. These 4 components I ask them. So this is every day what they eat, when they eat, and every day what kind of physical activity. Is there a routine at all or not? Is it a sedentary lifestyle or an active lifestyle? And if active lifestyle, is it a mild activity, moderate activity, or just enough for them? Is it adequate activity? Those are the things. Then sleep. Then I ask them, when do they go to bed? When do they wake up? And are they getting enough number of hours of sleep? And what is the quality of sleep? See, and then the state of their mental health. Okay, it's just not being happy. Are they feeling that yes, they are leading a life that is sort of giving them that fulfilling feeling? Yeah, I'm really enjoying life because I'm doing this in my life, and these things are working out fine, and I'm able to. And so that is very directly linked to their quality of life. They start introspecting, oh, what actually am I doing? So school days only, between the mother, probably the parents and teacher, things are going, there is a discipline. When they enter university, everything goes for a little, it's mainly the adolescent age to early adulthood because of hormonal fluctuations. That is one factor. Other factor is they're taking up university education, so erratic timings. They may not be able to keep up the everyday food. Some of them are away from home, they are in the university, and mom is not giving them food, so home food they don't get. But if they are in a hostel and they are getting still food, outside food also, are they mindful of what they are eating, when they are eating? So are they keeping track of what nutrition they are getting? So they're focusing on their studies, so all this, they're not mindful of what they are doing. And sleep, of course, they stay up late in the night. Probably some of them will have to complete their assignments, multiple factors like this. So they're not tracking, nighttime sleep is compromised. Once in a way, see, like as a doctor, if I do a night duty once in a week, the following day, my day is a little groggy. And then the following day, then the very next day, it comes back to routine. Body is able to reset. But over a prolonged period of time, say 3 years, 4 years course or 5 years course, the nighttime sleep is impacted. It definitely has an impact on their overall health and well-being. Okay, so that is what I have noticed. So sleep is one component. And so when nighttime sleep is important. So when I say nighttime sleep, our biological clock is set to nature's clock. So there is a clock inside our body which is biological clock. Sleep is the time when all the body tissues undergo repair. Whole of today you have used your body, all the cells, metabolism happens, and then end of the day you need that nighttime rest So it rejuvenates, all the repair work is done, and then keeps it ready for the next day use. And this is a 24-hour cycle. You can't say like Monday to Friday, I will just sleep at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I'll catch up whole of Saturday, Sunday, I will sleep. Whether it was whichever century now, whether the previous generation, 10 generations before, or many more generations to come, sun is still rising in the east, setting in the west, and this is a 24-hour cycle, and this has to be in order. Once in a way, if it goes out of order, our body is able to do the repair work. But consistently over a prolonged period of time, this whole thing is disturbed. The day-night cycle, biological clock is disturbed. So from ease, our body moves to disease. So if we catch them at the right time and then put them back on track, from an unhealthy lifestyle, they move to a healthy lifestyle, they will start seeing the results.
Okay.
Someone, who's healthy in that bracket of well-being, they look forward to the day. Yes, I want to wake up, I have so many things, and that energy is there. But someone who's not having that, so like definitely it's not, if it is one day it is fine, but if it's a recurring thing, then they are not in the best of their health. So pushing people, making them understand, so they have lost track of this, they are not aware, to just get them to awareness, just push them back to their school days. What happened between your mom and teacher? Oh, this is what happened. When they grow big and they are adults, they feel like, oh, this is such a basic thing. I'm really feeling ashamed that doctor is pointing out to what happened in my school, so this has gone wrong. When your brain is getting enough nutrition, good thoughts come, and positive thoughts come, and that sense of well-being thoughts come. But if you're not sleeping well in the night, next day morning you're just irritable, you don't feel good about. Why? Because brain hasn't got the nutrition, it didn't get the rest that it should have got the previous night. So your night time, how it was, it impacts the next day, daytime. And daytime, how it was, if you have not been physically active, you're just sitting in one place, sedentary, body is not moving, muscles and bones not getting enough nutrition, it's not getting oxygen, and blood is not circulating. Only when the heart pumps, because of aerobic activity, it's able to pump oxygen to all the cells through the red blood corpuscles. Okay, they carry the oxygen to every cell in the body. When you make people understand, look, this is how your body works, this is how you should be taking care of it yourself. Now you've grown big, and it's a 24-hour thing. It is not that I will do later. No. So that's when your body is at ease, it's in tune with the nature's clock, and that sense of well-being is there. Okay, so when I say the nighttime sleep, so you see the birds, they wake up in the morning, when the sun is rising, so around that time dawn, and then by evening they're all coming back home. So which school do they go to? Where do they learn? It's nature, and it's that biological clock they are following. It's we human beings, because of artificial light and our activities, we are not following that. I'm not saying that we should wind up by sunset and go in whatever, but there are people, for them the day ends at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. They are not even mindful of that, and it has become a habit. From healthy habit they move to unhealthy habit, and after some time they are not even aware. If they are in the plane of awareness, you can still bring them back. But if they've gone beyond awareness, that's when many of them, they land up in a psychiatrist's office. They have to take medication which will make them sleep more, and what is the use? All they have to do is, instead of taking those medications, spend that money, buy a pair of shoes, go run, walk, jog. Instead of putting on those medications which are going to make you drowsy and sleep more, if you sleep during the daytime taking the medication, what activity can you do? Go to the market, buy fresh fruits, vegetables, put on your plate and then eat. Right? Invest in a nice mattress, and then please go to sleep. So between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., if they sleep and daytime they have been physically active, if they've had a breakfast, lunch, dinner, in between they can fit. Like you go to school between 8:30 a.m. and 3:30, like see, you learned English, maths, science, 8 subjects children learn effortlessly, playfully. Why should that change when they grow big? Right? Same thing you do. What happened between mom and teacher? Same continue. And every generation, and that's how you influence people around you. Then there is a nice balance and that sense of well-being, and you are an asset to yourself and to your family, thereby the society, community, and to your nation.
Yeah.
Right? So ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, the college and early adolescent, once they move out of this family framework between, the other thing what they should not do which impacts their health, those are the vices. There are plenty outside. Tobacco, smoking, drinking, alcohol, drugs. Okay, so these are all major substance abuse. If they are doing any of those, supposing tobacco smoking, 130 chemicals are there. Just imagine. So when you put on the, if you hold on the finger, it causes, what tobacco does, it shrinks the blood vessels. So blood supply to the organs in the body don't go properly as they should. So the finger undergoes what is called TAO disease and thromboangiopathy, inflammation of the blood vessels. So it causes gangrene of the fingers. The fingers turn black and drop off. So education should make a difference, what to choose, what not to choose. And we put on the lips, it causes cancer on the lips. The smoke goes into the lungs, the lung cancer. It goes to every cell in the body, every cell blood supply is not going. So it damages every cell in the body. So not one advantage is there by smoking tobacco. So as an educated person, so if the brain is functioning optimally, you will make the right choices. Even if someone is calling you, come smoke, you tell the person, no, tappu ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ. At least you don't fall into the trap. Alcohol, it's metabolized in the liver ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲಿವರಿಂದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? His senses are not under his control. He will be fallen somewhere, or what's the use? How is the sense of well-being is lost?